Much of that, Angie. National activewear retailer Lorna Jane is facing court over claims their sports leggings could stop the spread of COVID-19.
The ACCC says not only were the declarations false, but the company had completed no testing to back up the claims. It was in direct breach of consumer law. Now, our masters of spin this morning are advertising and marketing experts, Dee Madigan and Matthew Bywater. Good morning to both of you. Dee, starting with you. Now, LJ Shield, this substance was apparently called. They sprayed it on their activewear in July when they released it. Who on earth thought this was a good idea?
Well, yes, what they shouldn't have done it. It's terrible. But part of me goes, anyone who's stupid enough to think that your leggings protect you from COVID, I'm like, oh, yeah, all bets are off. That's just natural selection at work.
No, but it is silly. But it was early days and people were believing lots of things they were reading online.
So they really leggings.
I know, but they were taking advantage of a vulnerable
They absolutely
here.
were, and they should have the book thrown at them on this because they are. But, yeah, part of me goes, come on, guys, use some common sense.
Well, why couldn't they just bottle this LJ Shield and spray it all over the world?
That's right, exactly. I mean, I can't believe, Matthew, they're actually defending it in court. They're strongly saying that they believe their position.
Well, they have to. The maximum fine's about $10 million or 10% of turnover. I mean, if this goes to the maximum level, this is a pretty big hit for the company.
And a big hit on their brand as well.
Big hit on their brand. I mean, do you now trust what they say? I mean, we love a good marketing slogan, and the LJ Shield sounds all fantastic. And interesting, I don't know what's actually in it. It just says it's a mist. So it's sort of
mystery mist
up there with the pixie dust. But yeah.
You just wonder what was going on in the meeting when this was discussed and then put forward and actually put on the market. Extraordinary. The campaign for Aussie independence is stronger than ever, with interest in the Australian Republic movement rising steadily during one of our toughest years. A strange kind of repercussion here. This past year, Harry and Meghan really haven't done the royal family any favours. Dee, what do you think has really sort of pushed Australians over the line? Had the controversy over the palace letters as well? Are we falling out of love with the royal family?
Yeah, I think there was a period of about a year or so ago when we were almost back in love with them a little bit. Probably 5 years before that, when we had Will and whoever, Kate and their cute babies, and then Meghan got married, and it was all like, oh, maybe there's something good. And then this last year just seems to have all the splinters have shown again, and we are, I think, out of love with them. And I do think also this whole COVID thing has brought a greater sense of Australian national pride that hopefully will get us to a republic eventually. It would be nice to see in my lifetime, at least.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? We've been there before, obviously, 20 years ago, roughly, 21 years ago. We celebrated the anniversary last year, but we voted on this and resoundingly said no. I think it was 55%.
Yeah.
You know, is it time now to look at that issue again, do you think, Matthew?
Yeah, you can see what AMR are going, because now the polls are suggesting in the 60s, so low 60s, and that's probably enough to get them there over the line.
Don't forget, last time it wasn't that they voted no, it's that no one understood which model, and that's where
well, that's where AMR keep failing, isn't it? What model do they want to put forward? They can actually back and say would be a good substitute for what we've got at the moment.
They're 12 months away, so they're starting to have something at the end of 2021. So that's perhaps, maybe they're going to get that right, because that's the big problem. Everyone was scared about what was put up last time, and you'll get a lot of people switch across to the Republican movement if they get that right.
Interestingly, they've hired a digital marketing officer as part of this new renewed campaign. So, Dee, do you think that'll make the difference to not only get that sort of clear message out, but also target a whole different generation who might skew in the favour of a republic?
Absolutely, and they were the people who sort of really pushed marriage equality. And in a sense, the Republic movement sort of fell down because there were other more important issues. And now with marriage equality set, there's a whole group of younger people who are online and they're active and they're looking for a good cause, and this could be it.
And they've all watched The Crown too.
Well, that's right, yeah, exactly. And just quickly, alcohol delivery company Jimmy Brings is offering us a taste of 2020 in a can, and as you would expect, it tastes horrible. I can't believe
we had some to try it. Someone took it for Christmas.
Now, the company is offering a free 4-pack to Sydney siders, encouraging shoppers to film their reaction to tasting the drop, described as a combination of salt, toothpaste, black jelly beans and coriander. Dee, will people want to try this? Anyone loves anything free, right?
Yeah, no, and the whole point of this is not so people will try it, so we will discuss it. This is actually just really...
fell for it.
Yeah, I know, this is actually just good PR.
If only we thought to call Jimmy Brings to bring us some of this 2020 drop.
Yeah.
Matt, is it a nice way to wrap up 2020? And will we see this moving into 2021? We just saw Netflix release a sort of mockumentary about the year that's been. So is this the next kind of challenge for marketers to use this year?
And you can see what they're doing here. It's not just about getting some potential viral spread. It's about having a joint experience. Because we all experience this together, and it's actually a nice touch. It's better than all the soft stuff we saw all the different companies. Oh, we're all in this together. We're with you, we support you, but not actually do anything tangible for their clients. This is something to say we're in this experience together.
Remember the good old days when viral spread was a nice thing?
Wasn't that long ago? Matthew, Dee, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, head on Weekend Sunrise. Have you